Well, a very good evening to all our viewers. You're watching this specially curated show. We are bringing to you live from our Bengaluru studios. We are focusing here on the stories, of course, from down south. And today, the top story, the top focus here is the Hindi Divas and the politics around it. Now, as expected, language politics has taken shape. It all started with the Union Home Minister, Mr. Amit Shah, speaking on the occasion of Hindi Divas, who claimed that Hindi unites the diversity of languages in India, and it has honored different Indian as well as global languages. Now, the Home Minister went on to add that Hindi also played an important role in uniting the country as well. Firstly, let's listen to what he said.
हिंदी भाषा ने स्वतंत्रता आंदोलन के मुश्किल दिनों में देश को एक सूत्र में बांधने का अभूतपूर्व काम किया। इसने अनेक भाषाओं और बोलियों में बटे देश में एकता की भावना स्थापित की। देश में पूरब से पश्चिम और उत्तर से दक्षिण तक स्वतंत्रता की लड़ाई को आगे बढ़ाने में संवाद भाषा के रूप में काम किया है। इसमें हिंदी की महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका रही है।
Now, meanwhile, Shah's remarks did not sit really well with the southern parties in particular, especially the Dravida Munnetra Karagam, whose signed Udayanidhi. He's, of course, now come out with a strong remark. And this comes especially at the back of all the remarks that he's made on Sanatan Dharma. He went on to condemn Mr. Shah's statement and termed it another version of imposing Hindi under the guise of generating livelihood. Another DMK Neta, TKS Elangovan, affirmed that only a few states speak Hindi in India, while the remaining states speak other languages. The party claims that Hindi cannot be a unifier when it is imposed on the people who do not actually speak the language. Let's listen to some of the reactions from the DMK.
Hindi can never be an unifier when you impose it on all the other people who does not speak Hindi. Only when you respect the diversity of all the languages by giving them equal importance, it will help us to integrate.
India consists of 29 states, whereas only 7 states speak Hindi. The remaining states speak some other language. Each state has its own language. Language is not the uniting force of India. So it is the pre-papers which united India.
Now, the Hindi imposition draw, of course, is a recurring flashpoint, but today is different because Hindi Divas is celebrated every year on the 14th of September to mark the adaptation of Hindi as an official language by the Constituent Assembly in 1949. But now, of course, a statement has come in from Mr. Amit Shah that it's a unifying language. To speak more about this, we have a panel of guests who are going to be joining us today. We're going to be, of course, opening it up to understand what people from different walks of life, from different states in the country, really believe about this entire issue and whether they really go or stand by what Mr. Amit Shah has said. Narayan Tirupati, Vice President of BJP Tamil Nadu. We also have Mr. Puhazh Gandhi from the DMK. We also have Syed Asad Abbas, political analyst, joining us today. And let me open this up with Mr. Gandhi from the DMK. Mr. Gandhi, the DMK in particular, as far as Hindi imposition is concerned, they have voiced, quite vociferously, they have, expressed themselves when it comes to the issue of Hindi. Now here, when Mr. Amit Shah is saying that it's a unifying language, you're saying that it's not. If you could tell our viewers, why does the DMK believe that, probably this is not the right statement to make?
See, first of all, saying that Hindi is a unifying language is a wrong notion. Because Hindi is not the national language of India. It is one of the 22 scheduled languages in India, along with many other languages like Tamil, Malayalam, Kannada, etc. Therefore, Hindi does not enjoy any kind of special status as far as to learn compulsorily Hindi. This is point number 1. Point number 2 is only 6 to 7 states out of 28 states speaks Hindi. And also even with respect to the population, out of 130 crores, only 30 to 35 crores population speaks Hindi. So we cannot say that Hindi has to be put on a higher pedestal. That is number 1. Number 2 is, we DMK as a party strongly believes the constitutional principles, that is Constitution of India. Let us understand the concept of India, that is the constitutional India. Independent India is created by uniting 565 princely states and 3 British presidencies with diverse culture and diverse language identities. Here, the language was used as a tool to unite the country, and states were created pursuant to the language through the State Reorganization Act in 1950s, which recognized the legitimate rights of the native language speakers. Now, imposing a particular language on others crushed this diversity and posed a threat to the unity of the nation, because language forms the identity of the Indian citizens. And thirdly, you compare Tamil Nadu or Kerala with the other Hindi-speaking states. In what way or what are we going to achieve by learning Hindi? Because in all development parameters, like whether it is healthcare, whether it is education, job opportunities, or industrialization, states like Tamil Nadu and Kerala fares far superior to Uttar Pradesh and Bihar.
Mr. Puhazh Gandhi,
And it is
where is the question of imposition here? He's speaking about this probably being a thread, a unifying thread, when there are multiple languages that are spoken in the country. But where did you see the aspect of imposition is what I'm trying to understand.
Each and every design of the ruling BJP, of course, the Hindi imposition started way back in 1967 or 1965, even during the Congress rule. But the recent trend of BJP is really worrisome. Say, for example, in the last few weeks, they came up with changing the names of the laws from English to Hindi, like the Indian Penal Code or the Code of Criminal Procedure. Likewise, even in the central education institutions like IITs or IIMs, where in the Hindi-speaking belt, they made a proposal saying that Hindi can be used as a medium of language. So all these are the Hindi imposition measures. This is what which we are objecting, because this gives a comparative advantage to Hindi speakers over the non-Hindi speakers.
Okay, let me take this across to Mr. Tirupati. Mr. Narayan Tirupati, he's saying that it's been a pattern from the BJP to impose the language. Today, Mr. Amit Shah's statement, the DMK is reading it quite differently. As far as what's the BJP in Tamil Nadu is concerned, what's your take on the issue?
See, on September 14, on the same day before 13 years, when Mr. P. Chidambaram was the Home Minister, he had said, quote and unquote, we hope that all of us will be involved with the complete dedication in developing national language Hindi as the language of the entire country. This is what Mr. P. Chidambaram has quoted before 13 years on the same day. What is it Mr. Puhazh Gandhi is going to tell us? Can he show any reaction, or as DMK condemned Mr. P. Chidambaram on that day? If he says or if he shows that, definitely we will discuss. Because this DMK always have got double standards.
No, but what is the stand of the BJP in Tamil Nadu as far as this issue is concerned?
What is it? What is it?
I want to know the BJP stand in Tamil Nadu. Are you in agreement that, what Mr. Amit Shah has said, that Hindi is a unifying language?
No, have you not understood what I have said now? So you are in line with P. Chidambaram?
I have understood what you have said, but we are talking about an issue of today. You're going back, several years, over a decade. I'm asking you a question based on today.
Deepak, please understand that this is my argument to DMK, not with you. Because the DMK now shouting that, Mr. Amit Shah is talking about Hindi. What is your stand before 13 years? What was your stand? From 1999 to 2014, every September 14, the ministers in the Congress cabinet that was also, DMK was also a part in it. All the home ministers having, this Hindi development department. They have been saying this because in our constitution, it is very clear that we have to develop Hindi in India as it is our official language. Why double standards? As far as today's Mr. Amit Shah's speech is concerned, absolutely there is no problem in it, there is no fault in it, whatever he said is right. Hindi is definitely a unifying language, no doubt at all. And Mr. Udayanithi Stalin says that only some 4 or 5 states are speaking Hindi. That is totally wrong. Only 4 or 5 states are not speaking Hindi. Of course, we should not compel. Absolutely, we cannot compel anyone. Tamil is the oldest language, Tamil is the sweetest language, Tamil is the best language compared to any language. Absolutely, there is no issue at all. But the DMK, who is talking about this? The DMK, which has been a slave for more than 15 years from 1990.
So, time and again, the question that comes up is if, Tamil is such a beautiful language, then why not promote Tamil in different parts of the country?
There is nothing wrong. Only Congress failed in it. The 3 language formula brought by the Congress government, Mr. Nehru, they never bothered. See, the essence of that 3 language formula was the Hindi-speaking state should learn a southern language. The non-Hindi speaking state people should learn Hindi. This is why the three-language formula was brought, but nothing was implemented. That is because of Congress. Under 10 years, DMK was with them. Now we have brought the same in the new national education policy. We have brought it. From now on, that will be there. That is why we are saying everyone should learn other languages. But DMK is protesting. DMK is not for Tamil. DMK doesn't want Tamil to grow. DMK doesn't want.
Well, it's interesting
Tamil.
that you, Mr. Tirupati, in the beginning that you brought up what Mr. Chidambaram said, but overall the Congress, as far as such issues are concerned, they are left in a dilemma because in different states they take different stands, and nationally at this point in time we have not seen any voice particularly being echoed on this topic. We have Syed Abbas also with us, political analyst. Abbas, how are you really looking at this particular issue at the moment?
I think, Deepak, most importantly, let me share with both the panelists here, undoubtedly a diverse country. It's like my 5 fingers here. None of the fingers are equal. Therefore, having any imposition or trying to officiate any language, I would truly believe is unfair. And I'll tell you why. To me, I'm a Kannadiga. I'm born in the land of Karnataka, and so are you, my friend Deepak. The fact we need to understand that we come from the land of Kuvempu and Basavanna, and we celebrate the language of Kannada. The same thing when Modi ji goes to a land of Tamil Nadu, he speaks of Tiruvalluvar Tirukural, and he speaks how Tamil is indeed one of the most significant language on earth and one of the most oldest in its civilization and language. Therefore, when Modi ji, Honorable Amit Shah ji speaks of the greatness of Tamil language and all other languages, we need to understand that officiating any language, using any article of the Constitution or any otherwise, it's not going to lead anywhere. As a matter of fact, it is going to be catastrophic. Let me tell you, at least in Karnataka, where we stay, many of the people, vendors, shops, autowalas, might understand and communicate in Hindi. But the same difference you will see in a Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, or even a Tamil Nadu. So therefore, we need to understand that to every region, to every place, the language changes. Here in India, there is so much of diversity that in every 100 kilometers to come, we see different of food eating patterns, different of language, different of culture, tradition, etc. So basically giving one glove fitting all of them is not possible here. Let us understand there are national languages which are spoken, Gujarati, Marathi, including Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, so on and so forth. Let us not say that Hindi is indeed a unifying language. I do not think so. As the language that I speak.
Okay, I want to bring back Mr. Puhazh Gandhi as well here. Abbas, hold on. I want to address 2 issues here. As you know, we discussed this topic. There are 2 important issues here that needs to be addressed. One is there a need for a unifying language? If there is, what is the need? Right? And the second question here is, when you say it's going to be a unifying language, when there are concerns about imposing, the question arises, how is it going to become the unifying language? Somebody sitting in Karnataka, somebody sitting in Andhra Pradesh, somebody sitting in Orissa, in Manipur, or in Tamil Nadu. If it has to be a unifying language, everyone should learn the language. That is the only way it becomes unifying. So there is indirect imposition, some concerns that the DMK has raised. So I want to really deliberate on these 2 particular issues. I'll bring back Mr. Puhazh Gandhi into the topic. So the question 1 is on the need for a unifying language in the country, and the second, how do you really make it unifying?
First of all, there cannot be an unifying language as far as India is concerned. That is our fundamental position. Because India is a land of diversity. And India
but many have argued that English can be
50 states. And each one has different languages and different cultures. You cannot go for an unification. If you go for an unification, then that means you are violating the constitutional promise which is given to these particular communities at the time of independence. So you cannot do that. Point number 1. Point number 2, as far as Mr. Narayan Tirupati's question is concerned, we are against imposition of anything on us in any form, whether it is Hindi or whether it is Sanskrit, but we are not against any language. Number 2, whether it is done by Congress or whether it is done by BJP. DMK is very consistent, and DMK, even in the year 1967, fought against the then Congress government, which tried to impose Hindi. So it is not new. Our position is very clear, very consistent for the last, say, for example, 50 or 60 years. And this is not going to change. This is not only with respect to Hindi, it is also with respect to Sanskrit, it is also with respect to imposition of any culture on us. What we are trying to say is, you gave us a promise at the time of independence for us to join the Indian Union. Based on that promise, we joined the Indian Union. Please respect that. Please respect the Constitution, because the Constitution says, Article 1 says, India, that is Bharat, is a union of states. Please respect that and respect the sentiments of the states people. That is it. And don't give a comparative advantage to anybody in the form of language. If you make Hindi as a unifying force, people in Uttar Pradesh and people in Bihar will have a comparative advantage over people in Tamil Nadu, Kerala, or Karnataka. That will not go with the constitutional fabric of this country. That is our concern. And one more point I would
Mr.
like to make
Tirupati,
is,
do you agree? Mr. Gandhi says that you cannot have a unifying language at all, is what he says. I want to really understand the importance of having the unifying language in the country. Is there an advantage?
This is absurd what he says. He says that they have joined the union on the promise that there will not be any imposition and all those things. See, India has divided the states for its administrative purposes. We need to understand this. It is India is a country
that is the ideological issue. It's not for administrative
the states according to it is in the constitution. If at all you know constitution, please go visit and see that India has definitely India has divided their states for its administrative purpose, and the states have not joined the Indian Union. So first of all, you are wrong. As if it is the DMK which is decided whether to join with India or not. This itself is a partisan view, and you are trying to disturb, and you are trying to talk divisive politics. This is not right. But we need to understand that the Constitution very clearly says that Hindi is our official language, English is our linked language, and I have asked only one question: whether you opposed this during your 15 years when you were power in center. You have not. Why you are suddenly opposing? Because one minister is in jail, in your Tamil Nadu jail, and one minister's judgment has gone to the higher.
Mr. Tirupati, if we go by what you're saying, that it can be a unifying language, also tell our viewers, Mr. Tirupati, I want to add to what you're saying. If you truly believe that it can be a unifying language, our viewers would want to know, how is it going to become unifying? Like my question pointed out, especially in southern states, northeastern states, many of them may not be studying Hindi.
Deepak, we need to understand that this is done as per the constitution, and the Home Minister is responsible for the development of Hindi, in this Home Department, the Home Minister's department, even DMK MPs were there when they were ruling, including Mr. Jagat Ratchagan, and they have also contributed for the development of Hindi in Tamil Nadu also. We need to understand this. Yes, number two is that this has been stated in our constitution. We have accepted Hindi is our official language. The Home Minister has to address on this day in the development of Hindi. As I told, there are only two things. The three-language formula, which was brought by Congress, it was not implemented in other states other than Hindi. They have not developed the other languages as promised. That is the fault of Congress. And why should DMK go with Congress? They were in power with Congress for 10 years, and they were allies for more than 30, 40 years. And this is the problem. You want the power, you forget Hindi. When you are not in power, you talk about imposition of Hindi. Nobody can impose any language. But according to the Indian Constitution law, we have the Hindi is our official language.
That's exactly what I'm asking, Mr. Tirupati. If you want Hindi to be a unifying language, how is it not going to become an imposition? Because somebody sitting in Karnataka will have to study Hindi, or else you cannot really become a unifying force.
First of all, you need to understand
or be a part of that unity that you're talking about.
It says
it's a very fine line, Mr. Tirupati. That's really the crux of the matter here.
No, you have to read what the Constitution says. You need to understand what it says. It has said that because it is an official language, till people learn, you have to propagate, you have to develop. That's what they have said. It is the duty of the Home Minister in that department. He is doing. If you want to learn Hindi, even I don't know Hindi, even I don't understand Hindi. So what is there in it? It is not that nobody can force me, nobody can impose me. But Hindi is the official language. It is the law. You cannot, erase the law. And as I told you, it is the problem of the Congress, which has not implemented the three-language formula properly. The DMK, which is still going with the two-language formula, That is the problem.
Okay, now allow me to come in. Please.
Okay, Mr. Tirupati, Abbas wants to come in. We'll give him a
Yes.
Abbas, come in quickly.
I
We
think-
have a little bit of time left on the debate.
Yes. 30 seconds. I will conclude my point. I was listening to Mr. Tirupati very carefully. I've had the privilege and opportunity to debate with him previously. But let me tell you, sir, that this time you have absolutely failed to articulate your point. The question asked by the anchor was, how will you unify, sir? How will you unify the country? I'm sitting here in Karnataka. I might have a proficiency in Kannada, but how will you teach me Hindi?
Abbas,
And,
you
sir,
tell me
yourself.
how.
Sir, allow me to finish. Sir,
No, Abbas,
sir, I'm
you
glad.
tell
I'm
me
glad.
how each number of
Sir,
that Hindi is
allow
a
me,
national
sir, allow me
language.
to
You please
finish
tell
my
me
point.
that. You
Sir,
have
I'll
not
tell
come
you.
to that point.
I will
You
tell
have to
you, sir.
articulate. You have
Okay,
to
sir,
articulate.
I'll tell you. Sir,
Why
you
you said
yourself,
that?
I'm glad you made the confession that you're proficient in Tamil and English. You yourself said you cannot understand Hindi, you can't speak Hindi, and you speak about
Yes.
getting Hindi into
So
the
what?
line, sir.
Secondly,
Sir, I
Mr.
think the
Narayan Tirupati,
agenda of BJP
No,
has
no,
been
sir. You have
exposed
to
here,
understand
sir.
this.
are you trying to say
Sir,
that
I
India
have to
is
follow
great
what
for
you
the last
asked.
Sir,
75
allow
years?
me to complete my point. I heard you patiently, sir. With great power comes great responsibility and equal accountability. Our Honorable Home Minister needs to understand this. When you come to Tamil Nadu, Modi ji and Amit Shah ji, you speak so greatly of Tamil language that is the greatest in the world. But on the other line, you want to bring in Hindi. No, sir. We will
About your
read the language
ministers,
or study
10
the
years
language
on the
which is
same
important
day,
to our
you
state.
were
And
propagating
declaring
Hindi.
to
Why? You
communicate
tell me
with
why you
our
have not
people.
raised your voice.
Sir, I as
In
a
the anchor
citizen
is
of
not asking
India
that question.
will
It is
not
very
stand
sad
for
that
any
Mirror
officiation
anchor is
of
not
one
asking that
language.
question and
We are a diverse
you
country.
are quiet.
We will have
This
diverse
is not fair.
languages. And
It is
that
not
is
a
the
good
way
debate.
ahead,
Him
sir.
to complete, I
A
can
diverse
count.
country
I
with
can allow
diverse-
you to
No,
counter
you
him.
have not. The entire
Sir,
debate.
can I
Mr.
complete
Tirupati,
my
let him
point, sir?
complete. Let him complete
When
because he
Congress
allowed you to
and
complete.
DMK
You made your
are opposing
statement at
today,
length.
what
We
were
can
you
allow
doing
him to.
when you
We'll,
were in
we'll allow
power?
him to
What
speak
did
for
you
about
ask
30
him?
seconds, and then you can
Allow
come
me-
in and counter whatever he's saying.
No, I am not
30
going
You
to
can
seconds.
100% counter what
Deepak,
he's
I'm
saying. I will
asking
ask him the question that you want if you don't want to ask him as well.
you. No, you ask him.
Sir,
Ask him.
30
Because
seconds
I'm not
I
going to
will
debate
complete
something
and
that
tell you.
happened 10 years ago or 15 years ago, Mr. Tirupati. I'm going to debate
Come
what's
on,
happening
what is
today.
this?
That's my job here.
What is this? What is
Yes,
this? Is
sir.
this an argument?
30 seconds I will
Is
complete
this an
my point.
argument?
Sir, I will hear you patiently, sir. Allow me.
These
Sir,
people
the
play with the
simple
language.
point
But,
These people
that
but
I'm
you are
trying
allowed
to
to
say,
ask a
sir,
question, Mr. Tirupati.
is-
Like I'm telling you, you are allowed to ask Mr. Abbas that question. Let's just give him 30 seconds and then you can come back and ask him that.
Thank
Go
you,
ahead,
sir.
Abbas,
Thank
quickly.
you.
I have about a
Thank you,
couple of
Deepak.
minutes left.
Very quickly at the point I'm making, sir. India is not like a United States, Australia, or even the United Kingdom, sir. Here we have diverse languages as we've been talking. So therefore, having one blanket of a language will not work here. Since it's a diverse country, we will have diverse languages, and that is the best way to go because we are a union of states, sir. We are a union of states from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, length and breadth of India. So therefore, all I'm saying is when Amit Shah ji, Modi ji come to Tamil Nadu and speak of Tamil language as the greatest language on earth, sir, let the great language be great. And let's walk the talk. Sir, you don't know Hindi yourself and you tell us to learn Hindi? Sir, come on,
I
sir.
never asked you to
Let us
learn
get to
Hindi.
the point.
Who asked you to learn Hindi?
Sir,
Nobody asked you to learn
telling
Hindi.
us.
I never asked
Sir,
you to learn Hindi.
didn't you
I
tell
am
that
asking
we will
Okay,
you
not
only
learn
one
the
Mr.
question.
Tirupati, make your point quickly.
Sir, I am asking only one question.
Okay. Okay, Abbas,
Now,
let him, let
Mr.
it, he wants to ask you a couple of questions. We'll have Mr. Tirupati ask you a couple of questions. I want you to respond as well. Quickly, Mr. Tirupati, just a little bit
I
of
am
time
asking
left.
only one thing. Mr. Abbas or Mr. Puhazh Gandhi. Today you are opposing what Mr. Amit Shah had said. Where were you for more than 10 years when Congress was in rule? All your home ministers were saying the same. In
Sir,
fact,
we were
Mr.
opposing
P. Chidambaram said it
imposition
is a
of Hindi in
national
any form
language.
from
Now you
1967
are
consistently.
interrupting me. Now you
Now
are
it has
interrupting
reached
me.
the zenith of
Now you are interrupting me. Again you are interrupting me. And it was the Congress which has called for, which has decided that Hindi should be our official language and not BJP. Congress was only ruling. Will you condemn Congress? Have you condemned Congress? Why did you join with Congress? I'm asking the DMK. Why Congress?
Okay, quickly. Okay, I'm going to take that to both of them. The simple question here that Mr. Tirupati from the start of this debate has been trying to make is that similar statements have been made by the Congress party, but no condemnation to that has come from the DMK. So quickly, Mr. Gandhi, the question he's asking is simple. If you want to, he's okay with you condemning the BJP, but he's saying you should also be doing that with the Congress party, your alliance partners.
Let me make things very clear. We are fighting for
Mr.
this
Tirupati,
cause from
let him come in.
1967. Even we have fought against Congress. Point number one. Point number two, let us also understand how India is formed. We even gave privy purse. Privy purse is a concept where we give a kind of honorarium to the kings or the rulers to join the Indian Union. So we lured the princely states to join the Indian Union by paying money actually. So now, suddenly if you come up with a statement saying that Hindi will be the unifying force, crushing out all the diversities, it will be a threat to the unity of India. Let us please understand that.
Okay. Well, I'm thanking all our guests and everyone's been patient. It was quite an interesting debate. Of course, this is not a topic that is going to die down. It is going to continue. We're going to keep coming back to it. I thank all our guests. We're going to slip